everyone, and welcome back to Liz Sews. Today we're going to be talking about measuring. There are several different methods for measuring that different pattern designers use. Now, whenever I'm starting out with a new to me bra pattern, I always use the measuring method recommended by the pattern designer. I find this gets me closest in the ballpark of where I need to be. A common mistake for new bra makers is that they think they can use their ready-to-wear size in all bra patterns, and I simply haven't found that to be the case. It's also important to look at how the pattern designer measures when you're choosing which size set to purchase your pattern in. So a lot of patterns have a size range that's clumped together, and by knowing how the pattern designer recommends you measure will let you know which size range that you should sit in. Now that we've talked a little bit about measuring for a pattern, I want to show you how to take those different measurements. So first up, let's look at measuring the underbust. This is the measurement that most patterns use for determining your underband size. So when you're measuring for your underbust, you want to make sure that you are going parallel to the floor, and you want this measurement taken right beneath the mammary fold of your bust. So where the bust sort of connects to the rest of your body, that's when you want to take your measurement. If you're really saggy, so say everything's like sort of sagging down to here, you still want to take that measurement up underneath the bust itself. You don't necessarily have to have a bra that fits you to take this measurement. You can take it against your body itself. So just want to make sure that it's parallel to the floor, up underneath where the bust attaches to your torso. And you don't want something that's too tight, but you want it to be at least snug, so not something that like moves around really, really easily. So some patterns have you add 4 to that number. So my model here is a 32-inch underbust. If the pattern is a +4 pattern, I would add 4 to that, and I would get a 36 band. Now, just because it's a 36 band does not mean that the finished bra will be 36 inches around. That is a huge misconception that I hear all the time. The band is still designed for somebody who has a 32-inch underbust. So just because the number is bigger than your measurement does not mean that the pattern itself is going to be bigger than your measurement. In many cases, it's going to be smaller. So a 32-inch or a 32-inch underbust might make a 36 band, and that 36 band will probably sew up to be around 27, 28 inches, just because you have a lot of stretch in the back band to pull it around yourself. So that's how you measure your underbust, and just pay attention to the pattern designer's recommendation of whether you need to add a number, add 2, 3, 4 to that measurement in order to determine your size. The next measurement that you'll see quite frequently in bra making is the overbust measurement. So for overbust, ideally you would want it parallel to the floor, but because we have arms, I've taken the arms off of my mannequin at this point, but because we have arms, we see that we're not actually able to do a parallel line, because if we did parallel line, it would actually cut over top of her arm itself. But you want to go up as close as you can into your armpit, and then up and over your bust. So you don't really want any bust tissue in that measurement itself. You want to just get your rib cage above the bust. So you shouldn't have any fleshy tissue in this measurement. And that's going to be your overbust measurement. A lot of pattern designers will use that measurement to determine cup size or band size. So I mean that way of measuring an overbust is used in a lot of different ways. And then the next one is probably one you see a lot of time, and that is the full bust. And so for that, again, you want to take the tape measure, you want it parallel to the ground. So as parallel to the ground as you can get. You want it over the fullest portion of the bust, so the place that it sticks out the most. So to take this measurement, you should probably have a well-fitting bra on, just because if you're not self-supporting, your fullest point might be, down here or somewhere else. You want to make sure you have everything up on top where it needs to be, where you want your finished bra to be. So, and make sure that the bra that you're wearing doesn't have foam in it. So none of those like Victoria's Secret, grapefruit shaped bras on. You want something that's close to your natural body. So important points to keep in mind is parallel to the floor, fullest part of the bust, and make sure that you have a bra on. Now, another way of measuring it is the BCD method, and I will see this quite frequently in pinup girl patterns, and there are a couple of other patterns such as Lily PA Designs, and I'm seeing it more frequently in like the Maya bra, that are asking for a BCD measurement. So for BCD, what you want to do is measure from the wire line. Now the wire line is just like when we measured our under bust measurement. The wire line is where the bust tissue attaches to the torso. So not where the tip of your anything might be, but where it physically attaches to your body. And you want to measure from there, that's where your wire would be, to the apex of your bust. And the apex is going to be the part that sticks out the furthest. So it's in most cases, I think you know what happens right there on the bust. And I want to say the word exactly because I don't want to get demonetized, but you're going to put the measuring tape on the apex and measure from there down to the wire line itself. So on this particular model, we have a 3-inch BCD measurement. So that's how you would take BCD. The other sort of like sister companion to the BCD measurement, or bottom cup depth, is the horizontal hemisphere measurement. And that one is taken from the center of the bust, where it attaches to your body, and then around, following the contours of your bust to the other side of the wire line. So if you had a wire sitting on your bust, you would want to take it from wire to wire all the way around. And this is really measuring the projection of your bust. So how much is it sticking out? I don't see the horizontal hemisphere used super frequently. I think, to my knowledge, the only one using it right now is Lily PA Designs. Another measurement that I've seen from porcelain is the chest height. I think this is a really interesting measurement to take just because most patterns don't talk about chest height, and I didn't know that I had a short chest height until I measured this. So when you were taking your over bust measurement, right, that was sort of like here-ish, and I would just draw a little, magic marker line on your body, and I would also draw a little magic marker line where your under bust measurement was. And then for chest height, all you need to do is connect those two and figure out how tall your chest is. So you're measuring in a straight line from the under bust line to the over bust line, and that's the chest height. So Jennifer Fairbanks uses this in her Bare Essentials drafting method. I don't think it's used in her patterns, but I could be wrong about that. So chest height is just another matrices you can sort of gauge where you're sitting in comparison to like a standard bra. I hope everyone found this information useful and you have a better idea of how to take measurements for your desired patterns. I'll see you next time. Take care.